And welcome back to part 9 of Tomb Raider 2013, where today Operation Save the Gang is a go. We need to get into the big pagoda. Not this one we're approaching, but this one is important. Important to climb so we can get to a good position under the bridge. But there's one to our rightish that we'll be heading towards across that big bridge. And then we'll be there.
Great. Any ideas?
The best thing you can do is actually just stay out of the way. Don't climb on top of the bridge no matter what. Just stay on the lower level because Roth will take them all out.
Don't worry.
If you just pay attention to what Roth says as you go, you'll be fine. It's it can be a little muffly to hear him because of the because the way they do it through the mic to make it believable that it's going through the walkie-talkies. The sound quality is believable of how it wouldn't be crystal clear. But because of that, it can be difficult to hear sometimes. So if you haven't already got subtitles on, and you just can't bear how they handle the subtitles in this game, which I kind of get. I don't mind it, but I get why people would be annoyed by it because it's so weird how they decide to do the closed captions. But just put up with it for this section, and you'll have a much easier time finding your way through. So I actually don't mind the subtitles in this one, making it so everything's color-coded so you know who's who, having actual closed captions so you can have it for the actual deaf people. My only issue is that some of the closed captions are drastically unnecessary. Like, even if you're deaf, you're like, no, I don't need to be told what's going on here. Like, a couple parts ago, when Lara had to stab herself with, like, the burning metal to make it so she could try and heal herself in the plane. When she goes to stab herself and it cuts away, did we really need the closed caption for that? Are you sure we couldn't tell that it would have been a sharp cut for a reason? Like, you know what I mean? Wait for him to stand up. Oh, good shots.
I think you're clear.
Do you see what I mean? Just by hanging around down here and listening to Rob's commands, they're all dead. Well, all but one of them. Ooh. I wasn't sure if I'd fucked that up then. The square prompt went away and she hadn't grabbed it yet. So I'm pretty sure I pressed square. Uh-oh. So much for all clear. Get out. Ow, 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 ow. Fuck. Do you have any bullets? I just ate. Ooh, easy. That was way too early of a jump. Yeah, I needed to kind of roll back a little there. Wasn't too bad. We're alive, despite taking like 10 bullets.
Are you sure about this, Lara?
I'll get them. I'll come back.
Let's do it. So now we've got another enemy-infested place that we need to be wary of as we approach, and it's going to load as we go in. Hence this little cutscene of stop and go. So this is something that, as much as it bugs me that they keep doing it, I understand why, kind of thing. Like, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. It's just that all of these sections are just masking load screens, because this was a 360 and PS3 game, a very high budget one at that. And I guess once you've already made it, it'd be no real point in cutting out those sections just for the PS4 and Xbone versions, even though they probably could have if they had enough time and resources to do so, and it wouldn't have been too much pressure. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. That's something that I kind of miss in the later games, and it's just because of the way they advance on the stealth stuff. Any plants you find have resources that you can use to build like ammo in the later games, and you just can't do it in this one. But we do have a fancy cutscene that's going to play out now, so we need to actually shut up and listen, because this one's important.
But here we are, the Solari, the Sun Queen's children. She brought us here for a reason. I know you want your freedom. I know you want to escape this place. But to do so, we must release our queen. Like us, she is a prisoner. If we can free her, we free ourselves. This girl, she carries the blood of this land. She could be the key. The ritual of flames will show us the truth. Himiko, you are the first and the last. Speak to us now!
You killed our brother! Now I'm gonna kill you! This is for Vladimir, outsider!
Enough! Dmitri, Nikolai, bring her to me. Every creature in nature will turn and fight when its very survival is at stake. So don't think I don't understand you, girl. I've just been doing this a lot longer. Ready yourself, brothers! Our queen is about to speak! Speak to us, Himiko! Speak to us through the flame!
So sorry. Just look at me. Look at me, okay?
She's the one. Soon, my brothers, we will be reborn. Take her to the throne room. Your fight is over.
I can't see the body. I don't think she survived the war.
Something that really bugged me about that cutscene, and it still does to this day, is during the promotional campaign of this entire reboot trilogy, they have been heavily pushing that the bow and arrow is to be Lara's new signature weapon, and they are completely doing away with the dual pistols. And like most people, I completely disagreed with that motion, but it is what it is, because the bow and arrow is so common now that it isn't a signature weapon of any kind, it's just a goddamn bow and arrow. But because they were pushing so goddamn hard that the bow and arrow has to be Lara's new signature weapon, in cutscenes she will use it more than any other weapon for any reason ever, including, and not limited to, many situations throughout the whole trilogy where it's idiotic for her to use it. That one being one of them. An entire room littered to the brim with loads of evil people that you know, if they give them even half a chance to get you, are going to beat the shit out of you. So what do? Not pull out the machine gun. Pull out the bow and arrow instead. What are you, stupid? Lara's supposed to be a survivor, like is hardening up as we go on, and she just made the most brain-dead decision I can think to make in that situation. Go into a room filled with like 30 people with a weapon that takes time to pull the string back, can only do one person at a time, and you absolutely wasn't going to win. If you came in with a machine gun, people would be a bit more hesitant because they'd be like, well, you knows they could kill you easily. Like, if Lara's a marksman, she could take out 30 heads with 30 shots kind of thing. But no, you don't even get that. There's no real use complaining about it. It's their questionable decisions. And like I said, they pushed this throughout the entire reboot trilogy, and not once does it feel like a correct decision that a survivor would make. Because they just want it to be the signature weapon. They want it to be this bow is as significant as the dual pistols were in the old ones. Not realising that the dual pistols were extremely iconic and beloved by everyone, and the bow and arrow is something that, especially when this game came out in 2013, every goddamn game had a bow and arrow in it. Like 2013, 2014, it was like the era of everyone gets a bow. And so it wasn't a signature weapon for Lara, it was a waste of time. It was just, you've taken something iconic and replaced it with some wood and a string and an arrow.
We're all in hell already. God
And it's something it's one of the main things that hasn't sat with me well throughout the entire trilogy. Like, I get wanting to do it different, wanting to mix it up, and wanting to reboot. I get that there are things that you're gonna want to challenge from the norm of the original to try and keep people guessing. But replacing an icon, or iconic weapons, with something less so, and expecting it to be fine, was never going to sit well with people. It was always going to do poorly. Also, these freaks here, look at them. You can deal with them pretty quickly if you leave them for now, because if you go around the block, there is the geothermal gas coming out, and the geothermal gas will explode if you light it. And because it's close enough to them, it will kill most of them and scare away the last one or two. You can see it from here, actually. It's there. There we go. And see the last one scatter. So if you're not interested in exploring or collectibles, you can just move on and not have to deal with them full stop. I will be looking around and exploring a little bit because there are collectibles, and the more I can get done on my journey here, the less I have to do in my cleanup later on. Because so far, like, there hasn't been anything collectible wise that I've looked at and gone like, I don't want to do that. Like, it's not that I want to do some of them, it's that I'll be able to do them without really losing patience too much, kind of thing. Like, even some, like the perfect timing, like the GPS. Well, some of them have like 15 odd GPSs and I still get it done. If you want to grind for experience, like, really easily, and it's a bit inhumane, but it works, go through that corridor there. There's someone trapped in almost every single cage. Go through each one, kill everyone, reload checkpoint. Well, if you might want to revisit that camp back before first, but to make sure it saves. But other than that, like, it's kind of... like I say, it's horrible because you're literally just killing 5 completely helpless, starving people, loading checkpoint just to kill them again. Like, it's really monstrous. But it is a very safe way of grinding experience. And I'm also going to be making more of an effort to grind out salvage, because one of the things that kind of sucks is when you've collected the salvage boxes never respawn. So once you've got all the salvage boxes, you're usually still short of salvage to upgrade everything to max. So I am going to have to grind. So, like, the more I can make the most of the salvage in my area as I go through, the less I'll have to do it. Because, like, it's another thing that was kind of critiqued about this game, and they did address it in the sequels, is that finding salvage in post-game is a menace. And Lara will shush herself for some reason.
If it's loose, let's just leave it for
Well, I know why. It's to tell the player that it's a stealth section coming up, but it just comes across so weird that she just goes shh to herself.
Figure out how to ignite that shit. Shit. All right. I hate that place.
Like, it's another thing that they kind of just do better with in the sequels. They make it more natural, her responding to situations she can stealth with. Like whispering, oh shit. Like, you realise, oh, she's whispering, so that means it's somewhere I could be quiet in. I think I was spotted when I was getting that, but he didn't quite see me. Yeah, he's circling around. He kind of just saw something move in the corner. Oh well. Oof. That's something that might cause alarm, but I'm not sure how his AI will work down there. He called for that guy to come down and see him, but he was already dead. So I probably want to move a little bit quicker just in case. They're playing chess.
Relax. You're losing it.
Well, let's bust a light and get them moving.
Stay here. I'll check it out.
I'm really missing the... No! Damn it! I was trying to loot him! Oh well, time freezes when you're looking through these. I mean, it's good that we got it, but it wasn't what I was after, goddammit.
Into some trouble, and I might have to be gone for a very long time.
This one is an interesting one, though. If you care about the cast as a whole, Ray is one of the crew members.
Everything I did in my life
is writing a note that in case she doesn't make it, something to give to her, something that hopefully will get to her daughter, saying that Conrad Roth is her father.
Don't make it back. Find Conrad Roth. You've never met him, but he's the best man I've ever known, and he's your father. You have his eyes. You're the light of my life.
Which adds at least a bit more of a personal dilemma, because clearly Reyes hid away Roth, or hid away the daughter from Roth. Not that it's a bad person. There's another note later on that kind of elaborates more on it, and it's more that things just didn't end up working out, and so Reyes didn't tell Roth that the daughter was his, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. But it just adds a bit more, and like, at least for me, even if I didn't care about the characters, I said the only one they really give you any time to care about is Jonah, which will be a little later on, and Roth, because Roth is kind of your mentor character through this, so he talks to you quite often. But like, that's it. Which is kind of a bit like, oh, like everyone else, he doesn't really give you a reason for. But Reyes, even if I didn't really care for her character, and I don't even think they did as much as they could have, the whole wanting to be able to tell that tell her daughter who her father is, and it'd be Roth and that stuff, like that was enough for me to kind of say, no, I want to try and keep Reyes alive. At the end of the day, it's very much decided by plots who lives and who dies in this game. Like, there is no option to try and save people. This isn't the Walking Dead game. Well, even then, the Walking Dead game only really gave you the illusion of choice. Okay, that's a free kill. Yep. I was like, come on, really? Ow, come on. Let's just whack him. Oof. Don't burn me down. Ow, ow, ow. I'm not safe here, I need to move. Why did you just hop down when I hopped up? You're just down in the fire pit, mate. There we go. Ow, 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 ow. Fuck. Look, we're already, like, critical now. When the screen's black and white, it's usually only, like, one shot before you die. Seriously, like, that's what I mean. Like, the machine gun weaponry, you have to be really wary of, because it just rips you to shreds. And for some reason, they never miss with that. They'll miss with like the pistol and the rifles and the bow and arrows, but they won't miss with that. That will fucking seems to hit you 10 out of 10 times. And getting out of here is not too bad. The place is going to start to get more dangerous now, because all these geothermal explosions can't be good for this cave. That's the explosion. If you set that off, which you need to, because there's so many there, and like it'd just be rude not to, kind of thing. But this is the one that will start affecting the building, well, affecting the cave. It's not a building. You'll be able to feel it as you wander through here. Now you see the debris starting to fall down. That one was one that we probably didn't want to do, but it's rude not to, really. It does make me curious though. If you didn't blow it up, could you like sneak past them, or would like one of them turn around, panic shoot, and it would blow up anyway, or something? Oh, there is something over here anyway.
The early 18th century.
Oh, the fan collection.
Black silk fans were used when conducting funeral rites.
The only reason I remember the fan collection is because hunting down the other two is really annoying. I remember in my first playthrough really having a time trying to find the other fans. Not that you'll see that if I do go to 100% it, because it's not interesting enough for me to record. I'll record the tombs I've missed, but that'll be about it, because I know I've missed one in Shantytown. And hopefully that'll be the only one I miss, but I also know my luck, so let's just see what happens. Yeah! Okay, yeah, that's the one that's setting this place up. Let's get a move on. Oh dear. Oh my. Oh god. Feels like we're always running from things caving in or things exploding in this game. Oh, and the floor broke away. Ow, ow, ow. And we need to move through here quickly because we can't deal away with the gas. Once you get up here, you're safe from that gas. And that's where the rest of the crew are being held up. They're up in there. It's Reyes, Alex, and Jonah, I think, are up there.
This one's gonna temper.
Hey, don't rile them up. We're working here. Dog that.
In this section you can completely stealth as well, but it's not so easy to do. Like, you have to be very wary and pick your shots as you go.
These new trouble. Just send them all to the Oni.
The Oni?
So,
There's another time you've mentioned those things, and we briefly saw them earlier.
Get over here!
Well, we've been alerted, but hopefully there's only like 1 or 2 left, so we should be able to be safe to move out. Yeah, I can see one off in the distance. Let's loot these guys first quickly. Are you the only one left, or is there another one? I heard something crash behind me, so you might not be the only one. Ow, ow, ow. Well, we got him, despite being shot the shit out of. Well, she's still got a bow out, so I'm gonna... Okay, never mind.
Was badass, Lara. How the hell did you get in here?
I had some help.
Grim?
Yes. He didn't make it.
Shit.
I didn't think anything could take that guy down.
He went out swinging. Gave me a chance to get to you. Look, there's a rescue helicopter on its way. I know they're keeping Sam separately. Have you seen Whitman?
Guess he didn't make it to the guest rooms.
Mr. Showbiz probably weaseled an upgrade.
We'll find him. And Sam too. But we're not gonna do anything from up here.
I'll find a way to get you out.
Oh yeah, poor Grim. The guy we literally only knew for 2 scenes. I should stop bringing it up. It's just like trying to make an impact of someone's death on a character mean something to the player only works if the character is actually, you know, significant to us. Having him be in like literally 1 film recording where he says a couple lines and then have him be the next cutscene, the scene he dies, is nowhere near enough for us to care. There's a lot you can do in a small space of time, but there's also a lot you can miss in a small space of time.
The floor is starting to buckle.
Don't worry about it, Lara. Just get us out of here.
How do you do this one? Okay, that one won't reach that. And that's not something we can access yet. Got it. I had to think about it for a second, but I was like, yeah, okay. Oh shit. Oh shit! Where did all this come from? Well, I guess it makes sense. The geothermal gas had to be coming from something.
We lost the cage floor! Look down, man. We lost all the fucking floors.
Alright, Alex, no need for that.
Lara, you be careful out there.
On the plus side, at least your prison is open. It's just open to doom, guys. I just gotta work out how to get you out, and then we'll be fine. Oh, easiest mistake to make. Don't hit these 2 and then jump back on the box. Sit over here. If you jump back on the box, you will just slip off and die. Because it's a cutscene tied thing, and like, look how robotically that thing just moved over. But it worked enough for those 3 to get out. And now we need to find our own way out whilst Jonah, Reyes and Alex get out of here.
Then go. I'm going in to get Sam and Whitman.
Yeah, we still need to find Sam. Don't know who this Whitman fellow is, don't know why we should care. It's not like he's been an absolute arse this entire journey and caused more problem than he's worth, but okay, yeah, sure, let's, I guess, find Whitman.
We're out, but this place is falling apart.
rendezvous point back across the bridge. The chopper's gonna be...
Lara's still looking for Sam and Whitman.
Yeah, well, we've gone in looking for Sam. I don't really give 2 shits about Whitman, to be honest. Christ. If these explosions want to calm it down for a minute, it would be really appreciated. Like, we let the caves, we let the geothermal caves start to go in, and it's just caused the entire building above to start exploding for some reason. On the plus side, because everything's exploding and dying in Doom, you're getting a lot of free loot if you just keep around. If you just wander around and loot these guys. Ooh. Thanks for giving me a body building. The only thing that can be a little annoying is that in some parts of this, it's a bit difficult to work out where you're actually supposed to go. Like, it's not impossible to find your way forward, but there'll be a couple points where you'll sit there, you'll reach an edge, and you'll be like, hang on, what? Now, I've done this like a couple of times before now, so it's really, like, I kind of know where I'm going, but I'm sure I'll at least one point where I'll sit there and go, hang on, why is that there? Do you want to grab that, Lara? Thank you. Also, in the first game in the reboot, I have more trouble getting Lara to do what I want when it comes to grabbing ledges that she clearly should be able to grab than I did any of the games that come after it, which I guess makes sense. But what doesn't make sense is the games before it as well. In none of the Legend trilogy have I had the trouble that I've had with this. Oh, this is interesting. You might want to get that.
That's Matthias. No one leaves. That's what I heard in Japanese before the plane crashed. The ritual from Himiko's tomb. Why is Matthias so interested in it?
Hint, hint, you can't leave. If this random storm that appeared that took out the plane was any hint to go by, we can't leave here until something is done about whatever's cursing this goddamn place. Whether it be man or ghost or machine or whatever, something is stopping us from leaving. This is the section where most people end up getting stopped for a second. If you just keep on running this direction, there's just an edge. You're supposed to kind of realise from the direction you're getting shot from, that's where you need to go next. Like, it's not something you're going to get stuck on at all, but it's something where you're going to reach an edge and go, hang on, what? Where am I supposed to go? And then you get shot at and you go, oh, right, okay. Which I guess getting shot at is one way of alerting the player to where you need to go. Which I know sounds kind of silly out of context. Run towards the gunfire, but you know what I mean. If the enemies are there perfectly fine, you can be too. But as we get in, we've got yet another cutscene because this place is chock-a-block of them. And it's of a character we're supposed to care about, but we really don't.
Lara, you're alive.
So are you. I mean, are you okay? What happened?
Once they stopped seeing me as a threat, they let me move about almost freely.
Did you know the others were captured?
Yes. Sam's in there, but I couldn't free her without a weapon. These Solari are an anthropological marvel, Lara.
They're insane murderers, Dr. Whitman. We need to get our people out of here.
Of course. I'll keep a lookout here. You call me when it's safe.
I don't think you understand. You have been chosen, Samantha. This is a great honor for you. For all of us. Some were beginning to doubt we'd ever find you. But here you are.
Please. I know you think I'm something special. But I'm not. I don't want to be chosen.
This is not about what you want. It's about what you are. Himiko's blood runs in your veins. I think you know this, Samantha.
You're insane, Matthias. Why are you doing this?
You're searching for logic and reason where there is none. I made the same mistake once. Back when I thought ships could reach us and planes wouldn't fall from the sky.
I just want to go home.
So do I, girl. I've waited years for this moment. I've given my life. Don't you think I've tried to get away from here? From this place? We're all trapped here. But you, Samantha, you have the power to release us. Many have given up their souls willingly for this gift.
The fires are getting worse. The other girl's vanished.
This must be ended. Dimitri, guard her with your life.
we ever going to get out of here?
We need to leave before he comes back. Whitman! Whitman! Where the hell is he?
Run, Lara, run!
Get down!
Run!
Back into the throne room!
Keep going, Sam! I'll find another way out!
There!
Well, there's a fair amount to talk about that, but we've still got an encounter situation to deal with over here. Whitman, like, if you needed any more reason beyond what we've already got to know that he completely is not trustworthy, he doesn't see these guys as monsters, the guys that we're dealing with at all. He sees them as something to study to make a profit on. That's it. He doesn't care about the fact that people are dying, the fact that we're struggling with numbers and things are happening. He only cares about making a profit out of this. Thinking, oh wow, if we could record some of this, we could take it back as like a survivor story, that kind of thing. So he sees them as a marvel. He doesn't see them as a threat whatsoever, and so that makes him very untrustworthy, because he's going to obviously do things to make a story. Especially if he can go down more dangerous route, like a soul survivor route. But when that little cutscene plays out, you're going to get a checkpoint here, thankfully, which it's very easy to die here because your only cover is that pot right in front of you. And the guards are armoured, so they have to take more shots. And then once you're done, you need to get a move on. And the light does a good job of beckoning you to where you need to go, which I appreciate. Being able to highlight where you need to go without just telling you. Which is odd that they do that really cleverly now and not right at the start of the game, where I was saying about just following the stream back up to find your way back to camp. But no, they have to alert you with an objective marker instead. And be wary in this section as well. This is another easy section to die in if you're not careful. I'm trying to get the counter kill, but I'm reacting too soon, so I'm not getting it. Oh come on, you're telling me that wasn't good? Or is it just that you can't do it with these weapons or something? Like, does it have to be a knife that he has to swing you with, not a spear? Nah, fuck it, I've given you enough time, man. You're still not giving it to me. Oh, there we go, so you can get it with this one. Was I still just too soon? Well, he's dead now, anyway. Oh, I need to reload, never mind. Hang on, ow, 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 ow. What, you mean I'm vulnerable there? Come on. I thought I was safe. Thankfully, because it's so many corridors, you can kind of go wild with shotguns and your machine gun without too much threat. Oh, wrong person. And although the place is burning down and exploding, there isn't a time limit here, so don't panic and don't rush. Just loot everyone if you want to loot them. Make the most of the free salvage. Uh-oh.
All of you, find the chosen
This
one.
section is a bit interesting. Your reward for doing this section is pretty badass though, I'm not gonna lie. It's one of my favourite upgrades in this game that you get for doing this section. You just gotta get through it. And your path through it is literally just finding a way forward, like don't stick around. You gotta move from cover to cover. If you move to the wrong cover or try and skip one, it will just absolutely gun you down. Then when you get here, jump for the rope and you're pretty much good to go. And it's going to bonk him into a wall, and Lara's going to get a little too bit carried away, and instead of getting the pistol in the pocket and ending him, go for the big turret to try and end him. Which I get it, the big gun's right there, you kind of want to use it, but she should have thought about it a bit harder. So when you're over here, there's a grenade launcher. Make sure you aim it right, don't just tap the button as soon as you can, otherwise it will miss, and if you miss, you'll just get shot. We now have a grenade launcher. And Lara does something pretty cool. Maybe she's just played too much Call of Duty, I don't know. She straps it to her assault rifle. You literally have a noob tube. We now have a grenade launcher strapped to it, and you just press R1 to shoot it instead of R2. And you're supposed to launch the grenade launcher to destroy metal barricades, but in reality there's only like 1 or 2 metal barricades in the entire game, and that's one of them. Like, there's only like one other one that I can think of, and that's it. The rest are wooden barricades, even beyond this point, where you can just use the shotgun to break them down. And this section is pretty satisfying, because they're all freaking out and trying to run away, and Lara's shouting, "Yeah, run, you bitches, run, you little shit," that kind of thing. Like, it's a proper, like, power thing here, where you've been hiding away and stealthing these guys, or dealing with them in quiet numbers, and now we've got the armory and assault load to take it to them. Still don't get too carried away, though, because you'll get blown up to shit. Oh, well, we did get it. Sweet. Oh, we didn't get all of them. I'm probably not going to be able to get a good line up with the grenade. If the grenade bounces off something that can be destroyed through detonation, the grenade will detonate immediately. That means both people... Does that count? Did I get him? No, it didn't. God damn it. So that means both people and things that can be broken. Is this camp safe yet? No, it's not. Okay, there's another enemy somewhere that needs to be dealt with. There he is. Now is it safe? Yes, it is. And despite the whole fact that the building is literally falling apart about to break away, we can absolutely stop and take a rest here. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to get the heavy lifter upgrade so we can carry more ammunition. And then next time on Tomb Raider 2013, we're going to try and rescue Sam and then get out of here before things get any more crazier. Because my god, are they gonna. Well, I say that Sam's kind of been rescued, she's just got to find a way out of there. But anyway, until then, you guys take care now.